Hello. I hope I wasn't too rough with you. The entire city of Riften is looking for you. Ah, so you are aware. Good. Well, I was going to give you away to the guards and go about my day, but then, surprise, 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 I stumbled upon this among your things. How curious. It is a well-known fact that the Dragonborn is in possession of all the dragon claws. It is also a well-known fact that the Dragonborn has not been home for quite some time and is currently in Cyrodiil. So my question is, how do you have this? Try again. Good. I appreciate honesty. I have also not heard anything about a fight happening at the Dragonborn's home. And it is quite a famous place. So that means you must have somehow gotten in and out undetected. And they cannot know it was you, since the reason they are searching for you in Riften is not this. It is something else, isn't it? Not theft, but something else. Tell me. You insulted someone. Who? What did you say? Maven Blackbriar. Why did you insult her? Yes, it does seem very much like her to put this much coin on your head for an insult like this. Hurting her pride must have been worse for her than if you had killed one of her children. Well, I am glad that you solved this problem without violence and with words instead. Not everyone would have that much self-control. Some time ago, a man was pushed off the city walls in Whiterun. The reason? He essentially went around calling everyone a peasant. Some man named Nazim, I believe. You've heard of the ordeal. He must be quite well known then. One of the most condescending people in all of Skyrim. Along with Maven Blackbriar. fight at the Dragonborn's home just to get the claw. Nor did you choose violence with Maven Blackbriar. Is that how you always go about things? Good. You are a person of my taste, then. I have a proposition to make. But first, let me loosen that rope on you. I apologize if I was a little rough with you. You seem to be working alone, is that right? Well, looking at your clothes, you seem to get by, but that's about it, am I right? I could use someone with your talents as my partner. Together, I believe we could get our hands on quite some valuable things. And of course, we could make sure to look out for one another. In the process of that, making also sure that no one gets hurt. Neither us nor the people we borrow things from. You seem unsure. Does anyone or anything keep you here? In Skyrim, I mean. No. Good. In that case, we could go wherever word of valuable things takes us. All over Tamriel. My attack on you seems to have made you unsure. I can understand. Well, but considering there were 400 septims on your head, I'm sure you can understand why I did it. And you did put up quite the fight. I admit throwing sand was not very noble of me. I apologize. It's usually not how I do things, but with so much going on your head, I simply had to know what all of this was about. I believe you and I understand each other. And I promise I will not fight in such unfair ways again. After all, I could have just given you away to the city guards. But I did not. Well, if you had not fought me for so long, you would not have ended on the ground in the moss in the forest. But I do not blame you, of course, not for that. Not for defending yourself. Even if it gave me trouble. There, look. Most of the dirt is already gone. There. Now, have you thought about it? While traveling through Tamriel to steal, so you have never been outside of Skyrim at all? You have not even heard stories of any place outside of Skyrim? Oh, you have grown up quite sheltered then, have you not? I do have a map with me. Shall we take a look at where we could go? So, first of all, we are up here. Skyrim, as you can see, is right here in the north. And here, right underneath, is Cyrodiil. It is the Imperial province, and at the heart of all Imperial governance and trade, meaning there are plenty of wealthy people here, especially in the capital. Also, the climate is similar to Skyrim's. I think we would do well there. In the very center of the capital city, there are plenty of shops, hundreds really. And where a lot of shops are, there's also lots of coin. It is also fairly safe, with guard patrols roaming the streets in the night. That does not mean, though, that it is entirely rich. Cyrodiil also has many poor folks, but we will find the ones that make us the most profit. Of course, Cyrodiil was the center of the Oblivion Crisis, and it was overcome only after Mehrunes Dagon, a powerful Daedric prince, was slain right in the Imperial capital. I believe it would be a good first starting point for the both of us. After that, we could travel further south to elsewhere, home of the Khajiit. You have seen Khajiit before, have you not? Good. The province is split into two regions. Anakina in the north, with mostly harsh, dry plains and savannas, and Pelasine in the south, with lush rainforests, jungles, and rivers. The north is more tribalistic, with a warrior culture to be feared. The south, however, is more decadent, divine. People play political games there. But that also means there is more for us to find. Over here, to the west of Elsewhere, we have Valenwood. It is known for its dense woodlands, so dense, in fact, that some rumors say the trees of Valenwood can walk. That sounds silly, I know, but who knows, maybe we will get to see it for ourselves. But also, there are rumors about a subtropical region at the southern borders, though not many seem to have seen it. Some claim it is truly just a rumor. The entire region is very in tune with nature. Much of its architecture is said to be built around or even in trees. The people we will find there will mostly be Bosma, the wood elves, they tend to the life of Valenwood, but also there are rumors about Bosma being cruel in nature, in ways so twisted and dark one might not want to find out. It is a sparsely populated region, though we might not find many valuable things there. Up here in the north we have Hammerfell. Hammerfell has tropical forests, humid swamps, and a great, grand desert. So there is quite a variety in its nature. But because of the Alakir Desert, many refer to Hammerfell as the Deathlands. People we would find here, for the most part, would be red gods. Supposedly a lot of Dwemer built grand underground architecture underneath Hammerfell. The Dwemer had lived there for very long, but were eventually driven out by giant goblin hordes. We have to be careful of the red gods, though. They are the most fearsome warriors in all of Tamriel, so we would best try not to get caught doing anything we are not supposed to do. Bordering on Hammerfell and Skyrim, we have High Rock here in the very northwest of Tamriel. It has a variety of climates and diverse landscapes as well. The region is very magical in its nature because the ancient Aldmeri elvish people migrated here very early on, and from them come the origins of famous schools of magic like alchemy, conjuration, and enchantment. The folks who live here are mostly Bretons. You've met them before, I'm sure. They have a strong capacity for magic. The Bretons have separated themselves into multiple city-states and factions that control different parts of the province, but they are independent from the outside. Here in the very south lay the Somerset Isle, home to the High Elves, rumoured to be the original home of the Aldmer, the ancient elves that then spread all across Tamriel. The High Elves are the most condescending race I've ever met. They believe they should have rightful domination of all others because of their heritage. The elves are, of course, very wealthy, but they rarely ever allow travellers to visit their home. That might be a problem for us, but if we do get in, there is plenty for us to take. I have heard of their architecture, elegant, decadent, so if that is an indicator of their wealth, I believe we would be very happy here. Here in the east we have the Black Marsh. It is very dangerous, mysterious, full of secrets and poverty. It is known for its poisonous swamplands, with countless plants and animal species we couldn't even imagine. The roads are said to be overtaken quickly by the regrowing vegetation. The people who live there are mostly Argonians, who of course can adapt well to this life. they are said to live under the command of a certain type of ancient magical trees, and these trees are said to have a great, disturbing control over the Argonians, making them almost a slave army. They are also said to have given birth to the Argonians in some way. And up here we have Morrowind, the land of the Ash, home of the Dark Elves, the Dunmer. It is known to be very clannish by nature. The Dark Elves are known to be thieves, assassins, and deadly destruction mages, or at least so the rumors say. So we should be cautious if we go there. But I believe people like us will get along with them just fine. Here in the north lies Vardenfell. In the middle of it, the Red Mountain, a dangerous volcano. People here ride on giant creatures which glide through the air. Quite a bizarre sight, I've been told, though I have never seen it myself. But in a world with such strange creatures and plants, we could surely collect a few interesting things. There is also a rumor about a city called the Clockwork City. It is said to exist outside of time and space, but it is not known if it is even real. But if we were to find it, imagine what we could bring home with us from there, and how much coin we could get from selling things from this mysterious city. So, now that you've gotten a glimpse of it all, what say you? Good. You will not regret it. For now, you can stay here in my humble little place. But do not bring dirt into my home. That is my one rule. And of course, do not steal. If you can abide by these rules, I believe you and I will get along just fine. Now, how about we plan our first journey? Go get me a quill from over there, will you?